Hey YouTube. Well, I'm here to talk about Star. This is episode. I'm not sure what episode this is. I know I was amazed to see that it's about to end though. There's only a couple episodes left. I'll admit that I was kind of relieved. I said, "Oh, it's come to an end." I don't know, Star. I listen. I hope I would love it. The few people who are watching this with me. I know there are not many. This is the lowest views I get on anything. It's Star, but I committed to doing it. So I'm kind of glad that stuck with it. But I'm curious to know how many people think the Start will have another season. So let me know if you could just write in the comments if you think Star is going to be have a second season. I don't know. I'm worried about them. Okay, so this episode opens up with she is sleeping on Hunter's deck. Of course, Hunter lives in this great big mansion. They're very wealthy. Uh, uh, I thought the mother was like a successful woman. But basically, I think the mother just manages his career. That's where they get their money. But she's sleeping on their patio. Hunter's mother comes out. She can't stand Star. And first, she's all concerned about her. Oh baby, how you doing? Kind of, oh you're okay. All that. And Star snaps at her as she always does. She got this personality. Um, she has a personality. She does have a rough and a personality. Not much to love there, but I have to remind myself that this is a teenager. You ones who raised kids, y'all know. A lot of times they don't have a fully developed personality yet. But last week, Hunter slapped the shit out of Star. Now she got an attitude with the girls because they brought this Latin girl in the group, so she quit the group. So I guess where she ran to was Hunter's patio. She got on the property. She's sleep there. So Star tells her, you don't care about me. You just don't want me to spill beans, kind of thing. Which is true. The mother was only concerned about her going to the cops or going to more importantly, going to the press about Hunter being unable to keep his hands to himself. He's slapped the shit out of her twice now. So, but she starts smiling. She forgives him. Classic battered woman syndrome. Anyway, and so I don't know. That's the scene. She confronts her. You're not really concerned about me, and it's true. Maybe the mother already knows about his temper, and there have been other incidences with other girls, so she just wants to keep her quiet. Basically, is it? All right, Eva dances. Okay, Eva's doing this. They go right to this. Eva, the next scene. Eva's the Latin girl, the girl who was pretending to be uh smuggler from Mexico. She doesn't even have that much of an accent, really. So she, her story is a mystery because apparently she wanted to be a part of this group, and her plan was to pretend like she was uh, could barely speak English or couldn't speak English at all, but she could sing a little bit. Well, apparently she can sing quite well, and now she does this extraordinary striptease type dance for yeah high yield. I mean, this is a professional stripper. This girl is not any kind of naive humble woman at all. Apparently she was some kind of a stripper at some point because she does this extraordinary strip dance for him, real sluttish, real adult, and he just loves it. He's just weak in the knees about this. This is one of these stories they're pulling the empire on us here, where this person just comes in, they do this quick story on her, and then she's gone. So let me not get ahead of the story, but last week she was Hayo announced that she was going to be a part of the group, and Star quit. So I guess they're in love. I mean, they're lovers. They're together, kind of thing. And she's a part of the group. Uh, Alex. Next, we go to Alex and Simone. Okay, Alex and Simone show up at the house. Now the mother's only allowing her to be in the house because she wants to keep the story quiet about him hitting her more than once. Um, and so Alex and Simone show up at the house and they confront her about why she left and so forth. And I really don't remember that scene. I guess she stayed with Hunter. She didn't go back. Anyway, that's the scene. They have a confrontation at the mansion. Okay, then we go to Miss Maggie. Okay, Maggie likes Cotton. Maggie is this horrible woman. I don't know if she's trans or if she's just a ugly woman, but she is not an attractive woman at all. And she runs this club where Cotton has been tricking and apparently dancing, being a hostess. Cotton has been a prostitute since she was 12 years old. So this girl runs the house where she was working it. Yeah. So, but she goes to her for a legitimate job. Maggie is trying to hit on her. It's kind of nasty. I don't know what this. She's an old trans woman, and she wants to hit on this other young trans woman. If she's not, so I'm not clear about what Maggie's tea is. At the least she's definitely got the hots for Cotton. Cotton is saying no, and then so uh, so now she's on the street. Cotton is. She's falling out with her mother. That relationship between Cotton and her mother is kind of picks up speed here. Cotton basically is still very angry with her mother, not only because of the situation with the pastor, which was a lot, because she felt like she had set her up and she had taken her to this pastor who hates her, and they've always struggled with Carlotta being involved in this church. So I guess you could say she's religious, but whatever her reasons, she has never accepted her daughter that her trans daughter is getting ready to be a woman. Remove her penis. She's not mean to her. She's kind of that personality is not fully developed either. I mean, or it's a very passive type personality. Carlotta, the mother. So I don't want to jump ahead of this thing. Let me see. Okay, so Hayel. I'll move away from that. Come back to it. Hayel finds kind of a place to stay. She's walked out on her mother, and it's with this other. I don't know if she's a trans girl. This other woman who likes Hayel and initially doesn't want Cotton to stay there, but she said, okay, she can stay a few days, whatever. So Cotton has moved in with this girl, and I've seen the girl before. I don't remember what that situation was. What I've seen her, she plays in something. She might be a part of Real Housewives cast. Whatever it is, Cotton agrees to go there. So I mean, she's got a lot of money, but that money is marked for her pussy. She's not spending her money on no rent nowhere. She wants to have this operation. She's pushing forward with this operation. And she's still tricking. She's still turning tricks. She's been a prostitute, as I said, for a long time. She was 12 years old. Now, her boyfriend, he still wants to be with her, even though she's trans and so forth, and she wants to have this transition. But he doesn't want her to prostitute anymore. And she agrees that she won't do that anymore because she wants to be with him. He said he felt like just another trick. And her being a prostitute makes him feel that way. So she said, okay, I won't do it anymore. But she's still doing it. She needs a little bit more money for this operation, apparently. And so he brings her flowers at some point to her job, right? And she said she's been working all night, working into the night. He shows up there and she's not there. So he's waiting on the porch with flowers when she's getting out of a Trick's car with the money still in her hands. But make that clear, the money's still in her hand. put it into her purse, and so they have a thing, and I guess that means it's over. He didn't say I don't want to see you again, but he is very hurt by the fact that she's still turning tricks. She lied to him. All right, homicide cops show up at the salon. Now this is really gets rushed. So you're talking about, I guess because they're getting ready to close out this season, and they wanted to wrap up things real quick. They put on the Empire on us. Okay, so cops, maybe five, six cop cars show up, and the social worker, uh, Simone's social worker, shows up there, and also Child Protective Service. So I don't know if she works for Child Protective Services, but they all show up. They take Simone because she's underage, and they found out what's that dude's name? Otis. Of course, they found Otis's body last week, so now they've put together a story. They know that he was stabbed. They know that he came to Atlanta. They know that looking for the girls, and they know that he was murdered. But we do not know who actually killed him. So they arrest Simone to take her into child protective custody. And while they have her downtown interrogating her, she confesses to murder. Murder now, we're not talking about no light thing. She confesses to her uh, 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 social worker that she is guilty of murder. Meanwhile, they find a gun in Carlotta's house, and she goes down there, and they take her. They arrest Carlotta also, and she confesses to murder. And they got two confessions. They don't take her seriously. They said, "No, you didn't do it." And this is kind of irritating to me. And that's kind of it. They take them both down. They got this big old thing where all the cops have converged on the house, and they take them both down to the station. And just like that, no, you didn't do it. And her, no, you didn't do it, because the gun is not the gun that was used for the murder. Like they couldn't use something else to murder them. I mean, you would think they would investigate it a little bit more than that. It just coming down to not being the same gun. Hell, they could have shot him with another gun, which he was killed with another gun. Anyway, so then they're out. They're both out. They're both back at Carlotta's house. So you can figure with that. All right. Then right smack in the middle of this, they have this. These people are hard headed. Now I don't know how much feedback these shows get from the audiences, or if they're paying any attention to them or anything, but they are steadily pushing this agenda. They will not let these choreographed scenes go. For me, I would just stop, boy. For me, I would just change the direction of that. I mean, that's not working with these big choreographed shows. So this one is really thrown in the middle of it. So I don't know if it's somebody's vision or whatever. They have this scene where there's this big, elaborate, choreographed production that takes place in a jailhouse, right? And all the cast members have a part. They're all singing and dancing together, right? And so even the little cute boy, what's his name? Derek. Derek's out of jail also. So he is one of the guards in the piece. And then Carlotta is a guard in the piece, and the girls they're all in jail uniforms, and they do this elaborate dance. Now, what the hell that got to do with the story? I mean, it's got nothing to do with the story. They just throw in this damn thing like they're a Rocky Horror Picture Show or something. It doesn't work. I have not spoken to one person or heard one person say that they enjoy those parts when they are throwing in these choreographed dancings. It has nothing to do with the story. it's not reality. They don't make it clear that it's a dream or somebody's vision, or it just doesn't work, and it may cost them this series. I think it's the weakest part because it doesn't make sense. If it's going to be a musical, then it needs to be more than just a big scene thrown in the middle of a drama. It's neither drama or musical. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, my opinion. All right, so Carlotta is arrested and detained. Okay, we know that already. Then this star confesses to the murder. I forget who she tells it to, but they don't even buy that. They don't even take her downtown. So everybody's confessing, and it doesn't make any damn sense. We're talking about murder here. Somebody's dead. I mean, yes, the dude deserves to die, or there's no love lost for him, but he is dead, and somebody killed him. So everybody's confessing the murder, and then they all back at the house the same day. All right. So we don't know who killed Otis. So this is supposed to be leading to the big climax of this season. Who killed Otis? Who gives a shit, really? I mean, only my opinion. Okay. So they took him downtown. Now they don't let Simone go back with Carlotta. Now they both done confessed to murder. There's a person is dead. They're investigating the murder, and on the same day they let Carlotta and Simone go from jail, and they let they let Carlotta have custody of Simone, temporary custody of Simone. All this happens basically in one scene. Way too quick with that. Way too sloppy. I'm not trying to be negative about this show. I came into this really wanting to like the series, and that's why I've stuck with it for this whole season. I am concerned that it won't make it a second season. It's too bad. It seems like they had a decent idea, but this story is just, I don't know. Anyway, okay, okay. So the next thing is the boy breaks up with Cotton. So then there's a big scene between Cotton. Uh, okay, I guess Cotton has another. I thought Cotton lived with her mother. Apparently, she does not. I don't know if it's a house that she lives in. It's an apartment. It's actually, Jimmy, please stop. Dog's ready to eat. My dog runs the house. Anyway, it's so strange with these dogs because I know what he wants. They have a certain language at a certain time. This dog, he tells time. So we can communicate. There he goes. He's going to give me a little show now. Okay. So, what was I talking about? Okay, so Cotton doesn't live with her mother. She lives in this little kind of rundown house. I wish everybody wasn't so damn poor either, because poor is just boring in drama. I mean, Hunter has got money, but I mean, I just I miss some of the flash with Empire, and they shouldn't be comparing this show with Empire. But how can you? Because they're both music shows produced by the same people, and they're also broke. So her mother goes over to Cotton's house. Now, the mother seems to be making this lackluster effort to apologize to her about what happened with the pastor. Stop. What happened with the pastor and all that. And Cotton is not having it. She is done with her mother. She's angry with her. They're having some serious problems. Carlotta goes over there to apologize to her. I'm sorry. And Cotton is not having it. She's not accepting her apology. Okay, so we get a little flashback now. So in the flashback scene, they show Cotton as a young girl. Carlotta as a young girl. This is Carlotta's backstory, right? Carlotta is a convict. That's why they were hesitant about giving her some custody of Simone, But somehow or other, by hook or crook, they do give Simone back to her. But anyway, in the flashback, they show Carlotta as a young girl. Carlotta is an ex-convict. What her crime was, she did an armed robbery on a convenience store. Armed robbery, serious crime. That can put you away for 20 years. So they show her doing it as a young girl, and they show that their mother, Mary, so she did the robbery, and then she discovered she was pregnant. So Cotton was born in prison, right? They wouldn't even let her hug the baby after she was born. I guess in there, you just dropped the baby, and then I don't know how realistic that is, but Mary, who is the girl's mother, takes the baby, and basically she raises the baby until it looks like she's 7 or 8 years old, until this girl gets out. But while Claudia's in prison, this is why they're so close, they're so tight, and why she felt a responsibility now to take care of Mary's kids, because Mary was the one who had Cotton as a baby and took care of her while her mother was in prison. Okay. Okay. I get tickled with these shows. Okay, so the climactic scene, there's a cat fight because Star has had a change of heart, changed her mind now. So now she wants back in the group. So she goes over to Hail's house and confronts him, and said she wants back in the group, but she doesn't want the skank. Not my words. She don't want the other girl, to be there. So they get into a first pushing, and then a full out fight. They are fighting in Hail's house. The Spanish girl, her name is Eva, and Star. At the end of the fight, after he pulls them apart, breaks them up, he's given Star is given an ultimatum. Either you pick her or you choose me. All right. Now, we've dealt with this girl getting a little bigger in this episode, in this season, and all of a sudden now he just tells Hayo tells the girl that I'm choosing. First, it sounds like he's choosing Eva, but he said, Eva, I'm going with Star. So I guess she's just out now. She's just gone. It was that simple. He chooses to stay. So Star to be back in the group, Eva to be gone. That's the only condition she'll come back. And that's the end of this episode. So a lot happened, lots of busyness. I'm sure these writers are struggling, trying to make this thing pop. Still, I think if you don't make it pop, by third or fourth episode, there's just some real trouble there. So I don't know if Eva would be back, if that's her final scene or not. But for the moment, Star is back in, and he was gone. Now she lives with Hail, and they've been fucking. So I don't know how far she's gone, but she's no longer in the group. Okay, that ends episode. I'm sorry I don't have the episode handy. I didn't write it down, but we're getting closer to the end of this. I think they announced there's 1 or 2 episodes left, and then Empire's back on. So, all right, you guys, let me know if you think if they're going to get another season. I'm curious about that. Bye.